Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is June 1st, first day of meteorological summer. June, July, and August are meteorological summer. September, October, November are fall, and so on through winter and spring. So congrats, you made it through meteorological spring. We are on to summer now. And if you haven't noticed, the days are getting longer. They'll continue to do so until about June 20th or 21st or so. I do enjoy these nice light evenings. I mean, you can see the light in the sky until about 10:30. But anyway, here we go with the infrared satellite imagery. You can see the frontal system that moved through yesterday brought some blowing dust, some strong winds, some precipitation across the region. Got a close low off of California there, and you can see a stronger low out over the Aleutian Islands. But the Pacific High is going to be dominating things. We're going to warm things up and we're going to dry things out as we go through this upcoming week across much of the region. Now, taking a look at yesterday, last 24 hours, Washington, Oregon, no lightning strikes. Looks like a couple storms there across Idaho and a few across the interior of British Columbia as well. Fairly active weather day lightning-wise across portions of California. Check out the California Weather Watch page if you want to get some more detail on that. I'm going to do that video next. So taking a look at what happened yesterday, if I scroll through this, notice that across eastern Washington, this right here, there's even a few cumulus clouds formed along the front of that dust plume that moved across. I think it caused some traffic accidents as well. It can reduce the visibility quite dramatically all the way down to zero when that dust is scrolling through. And you can see me going back and forth here, toggling back and forth where you can see that dust that moved across the area. And then those are lenticular clouds that kicked off across the mountains of the Cascades of Washington. So we had the overnight hours and now we're back off in towards this morning. But yeah, some interesting stuff out there with that blowing dust yesterday and some of these strong winds. Ellensburg, look at this, some peak gusts, 53 knots. That's up over 60 miles per hour. So that's what helped spawn that blowing dust there across the region. Anytime you get those gusty winds, there's a lot of dust out there in eastern Washington with all the farmlands out there. So you got to really be careful, especially on those back roads. Now, if you want to send me some of your weather images here, you can see all the lightning there across some of Southern California. And I mentioned that severe thunderstorm they had across the higher terrain. And I got this image yesterday of the lenticular cloud off the top of Mount Rainier. So yeah, fun stuff there. Go to the Patreon page. It's free to join and send me your information if you want. Now, looking at today, some possible stronger thunderstorms, possibly even severe wind and hail, Yellowstone, southwest Montana, portions of Idaho as well, and that threat across some of eastern Idaho and some of much of the state of Montana actually also. But this is going to be changing here over the next couple of days as this is moving off to the east and the Pacific Northwest. On day 3, no thunderstorms are forecast. So looking at the European model here, 500 millibars, 18,000 feet, we are looking at heights. So ridges, troughs, gives you a good idea of where they're going to be located. This is that frontal system that moved through on the day yesterday. And you can see the Pacific Ocean high is going to be in charge here as we go through this upcoming week. It's far enough away that we're not going to get a major warm up, but we are going to get a gradual warm up as we go towards next week. And at least that's what it looks like right now. Then a little bit of a dip in the heights there right at the end of the run. You see that system kind of swinging through Canada, but the Pacific high is still fairly well in charge by this time frame. That's about Friday night next week. So also, if we look here, and if I scroll through this, you can see the thunderstorm activity here today across some of the Rocky Mountains and again towards Yellowstone. But for the most part, we're not looking at much precipitation at all. Maybe a little blurb of precipitation here as we go through Wednesday morning. That won't amount to much. And then you can see things remaining dry as we go towards the end of the week. Now, 15-day precipitation anomaly, European ensemble mean. I mean, look at this signal here as we go through June 15th. That is well below normal. And we're already very dry here. We're one of the driest places in North America during the summer months here. So we don't get a lot anyway at this time of year. And then you can see these below normal totals showing up. Continue to dog the Pacific Northwest. I'll show you more on that here in a moment. Again, April and May were extremely dry, relatively speaking, across the region. Now, this is for today, June 1st, first day of meteorological summer. Seattle topping off in the upper 60s, maybe 70, 71 for Olympia. There are some mid-70s, some 80-degree readings off across eastern Washington. You can see Boise towards 80 degrees as well, and some 70s out there for eastern Oregon. We go through Monday. There's Tuesday, we bump temperatures up a little bit more. There's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. See how we bump things up as we go through the following weekend here. Some 90s starting to show up, maybe 91 for Boise, some mid-80s maybe for the Willamette Valley, warming up into British Columbia as well. And we go Sunday, even a little bit warmer there also. And then we'll kind of break things down as we get closer to that to see just how long we're going to remain on the warmer side of things here and see if anything is going to change with the position of that ridge, because if that inches even a little bit closer, it would start to warm things up west of the Cascades a bit more as well. So taking a look at the European ensemble mean, so kind of a hint there. We're looking over 300 hours out there, but let's go through our due diligence here first. There's our frontal system we moved through yesterday, and being the ensemble mean, it's kind of the gold standard here on where these ridges and troughs are going to set up. And this is the ridge. There's the trough. So you can kind of see it dominating out here over the Pacific Ocean. It's going to give us a period of drier weather, and that ridge hangs with us all the way on in through 9th, 10th. But then as we go through the extended forecast, there is hope for the mossbacks here across the region. Look at that trough showing up between June 13th, 14th. We'll see if that's going to show up, but it's a pretty good signal, and I'll show you the artificial intelligence here in a moment as well. We can still get systems here in the Pacific Northwest at this time of year. But they're relatively on the weaker side versus what we normally get in the winter and the spring months. Now, Seattle, Tacoma, look at that gradual warming trend here as we go through the next weekend and then early portion of next week. How much will we warm up? Again, good questions here. Something we'll be watching over the next few days. And then Spokane, something similar there as well. You can see the gradual warm up as we go through this upcoming week. Now, this is the European artificial intelligence. So there goes yesterday's system right there, the troughing. You can see the Pacific Ocean high. It's going to be dominating our weather for a few days. It's out there, it's churning. It's not set up right across the region, so we're not looking at a major heat wave coming up here. And then as we go through the mid portion of June, you see that troughing start to drop down here across some of the Gulf of Alaska and maybe Western Canada. Pacific Ocean high is far enough away to allow for that troughing to set up shop there. So again, there is some hope through the extended forecast. Both the European ensembles and the artificial intelligence model are showing that. That would also produce some favorable storm chasing conditions across the plains. That southwesterly cyclonic flow there would bring some nice flow out over the Rocky Mountains with probably some good moisture in place. So I may be out chasing during that time frame as well. Now, this is the artificial intelligence. So there's the sneak peek here, but watch what happens here as we go through. I mean, we're up over 240 hours out, 10 days out. Not a drop for Seattle, barely anything for Portland, much of eastern Washington. Very light amounts as you can see. But then if that trough does set up, we may get some precipitation, but you got to go way up into Fantasyland. Barely even worth mentioning right now. It does show some precipitation as we go through the mid portion of June. And this is the European extended forecast. Goes out 46 days, 1,100 hours out of the forecast. This goes all the way through July 15th and continues to dog us with these below normal conditions across the region. Do not like seeing that at all. We're already very dry this time of year. And one of the driest places in North America, actually, through the summer months is the Pacific Northwest. And you can see what we just went through since April 1st. And from all of May now, we are well below normal here across the region. Some areas strikingly so. Washington, Oregon, Idaho, very few areas were above normal, with the vast majority of the region well below normal since April 1st. And here's the 6 to 10 day above normal conditions there, again with that ridge pretty close to our coastline through June 10th, and the below normal signal is apparent from June 6th through June 10th as well. And that was something I already just showed you, the artificial intelligence when I duplicated that. So anyway, I will be on the road. I'll get my stuff going. I'll try to do briefings at least every other day, depending on how much time I have in the morning of each day of the storm chase out there. But anyway, hope you guys are liking the channel. Click like and subscribe. We will do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.